TikTok and YouTube. It's Amanda from Create Your Future, and we're doing a live today. Sorry, TikTok, I just got to move you for a sec as I look for my questions. So today we're answering subscribers' questions. So what I think is really great about us is we actually answer your questions for free. So if you do post your questions on our YouTube channel or any of our social media, or even email them into us, me and my coaches will answer them in a video for you. So yeah, and some coaches even answer the comments as well. But rest assured, they always get sent to us to make videos out of. So yeah, we do that absolutely free of charge. So hello, everybody. Happy Sunday. Hello, guys. So we'll start with a question from YouTube. So Crab Claws, love your username. Absolutely. You guys, I play Fallout. Oh, so fun. They got these miracles, like they're like little crabs and those little claws. So that's what it reminds me of. So, hey, my SP is not in contact with me right now and stop viewing my stories. What do I affirm? Okay, so you start affirming that they're watching your stories and that they are in contact with you, and you revise whatever situation happened to cause that shift, to cause that change. Okay, so what was the thoughts from when they were paying attention to your stuff to now when they're not, right? So, but yeah, you would affirm what you want them. Okay, so for instance, right, if you have like a huge fight, and they're just not, forgiving you and being understanding, then I intend that they're forgiving and understanding. One thing that I always affirm, and especially, way back when I was younger, is that regardless, there's nothing that I can do that makes me unlovable. There's nothing that I can do that would make someone not want to be with me. There's absolutely nothing. Like, I am absolutely good enough to be in a relationship with no matter what I do, right? Regardless of my behavior at any time, and actually here's a true story, with Andrew, I just intended that he loves it when I'm needy, and he does. He absolutely eats it up. So, you don't have to think that your needy behavior is bad. You could intend that the person absolutely loves your needy behavior. So yeah. So we've got Nancy's question. Amanda, how do I keep living in the end while I still feel nothing is happening because it's been months and I've seen no movement? Oh, you're welcome, Crab Claws. I love your username. I just absolutely love it. I intend that next time I do a live, you tell me, hey, I got some serious results, okay? Okay, so let's go with Nancy's question. So I get what you're saying, okay? How do you keep living in the end? Okay, so, it takes like a lot of, faith and belief in yourself and faith that your thoughts actually do create. Okay. So like when and this doesn't happen very often anymore, when I'm worrying and panicking, it's like, oh my goodness, like why? Okay. So like, you want to manifest your little things because they give you that little bit of like, faith and that little bit of, I'm not going to worry, it's going to happen. Okay. So first of all, every time you think of the situation, reaffirm that it's going to happen. That's so incredibly important. Okay. Anytime you think about it, put your intentions out there. Okay. What do you want to see? Okay. Now, you want to manifest those little tiny things because it was so funny the other day. I don't know if you guys remember Ivan. He used to be a coach here. Anyway, me and Ivan are still friends. And I was thinking, because I actually go every April to the state. I go traveling visit where he lives, right? And I thought, and I missed him last year, and I thought, well, this year, so next year I'm going again. And I was just thinking about him, like not yesterday, but the day before. I was thinking, I wonder how Ivan is. I'm like, oh, I wonder how everything's going with him, da 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 da. And I left it at that. Sorry, guys, I'm really warm. Anyway, it's like hot in here. So anyways, so that was fine. And then the next morning, Ivan messages me and he says, I was just thinking about you. How are you? I haven't talked to him since April, okay, of this year. Like that was a long time. And just out of the blue, he's like, hey, I was thinking about you. And in that moment, I was like, oh my God, I was thinking about you yesterday. Like everyone as you pushed out. Why do I even worry? You want to create those things to be happening in your life, because when that happens, you're going to look at the situation where you've had no movement, and you're going to go, nope, I'm going to get movement and I'm going to get it now. This is what's going to happen, right? So it helps to like give you that little bit of push, like it gives you that, feeling as if, right? Feeling, so it's about believing in yourself, right? So if something has been going, on for a long time and, and you're not seeing any movement, you might want to just like go through and revise your story. Okay. Now, I don't want to say people have blocks and have you, think you're blocked, because thinking you have a block is going to block you. Okay. So we're not going that deep into it, but we're going to the point where it's like, look at your thoughts either allow you to have what you want or they're not allowing you to have what you want. Things manifest in your reality pretty much instantly. I mean, I was thinking about Ivan and less than 12 hours later, he messaged me. Okay. Sometimes I'll be thinking about something, Andrea will be sitting on the couch and he'll say it like it's instant. Okay. So if things in your reality aren't happening and you're starting to question why they aren't happening, first of all, we need to stop questioning why they aren't happening. And second of all, we need to just go through your story, revise your story. Sometimes maybe you just need to put more energy to it. Maybe there's been some thought or some story and some negative thought that you've been holding that just needs to be, pushed out of the way. And, it's funny, sometimes we don't think our story is in our way. And then when we explain it to somebody, they're like, oh, that sounds like pretty negative. Like, do you really want to create that? And it's like, no, actually I don't. Right. So, sometimes bouncing it off of somebody's going to help. But if it's been months, then, I would start taking a look, at, well, thank you. Thanks for the compliment. I'll say hi to you. There you go. Hi on TikTok there. I waved. Thank you very much for the compliment. And actually on TikTok, I'm looking a lot more red than on YouTube. So different colors. But anyway, I don't want to say go look for your blocks, but, take a look at what's showing up in your reality. Listen to what your thoughts are saying. Listen to how you're feeling when you think about the situation. If you're feeling anything other than neutral, then when you think about, your specific person, then what's going to happen is obviously there's something going on there, right? There's something, a story that you're holding, because your stories are like Post-it notes. Okay. So these little Post-it notes will stick to, I'll use this. Isn't this adorable? My mom got me this. It's like a huge paper clip, right? Anyway, so let's say this is, Jerry, your Post-it notes of all your thoughts are going to stick to them. And you do need to address them, because see, when you wake up every day, your whole house is here. Why? Because your subconscious mind, you've manifested it. It's here. Okay. So it'll stay in play until you change it. Okay. That's the same thing with, characteristics, thoughts, and intentions that you put on other people. They're going to stay in play once they manifest until you actually change it. Okay. So everything is changeable. Absolutely everything is changeable. So my question to you would be, is what stories do you actually need to change and dig out of there, Nancy? I do have a free course, how to oh my God, you guys probably know my free course title better than I do. How to find your blocks to manifest anything fast. I would definitely, check it out, because it'll help you to revise your story and see what thought problems you're having, that like thought patterns you're having that's causing what you want to show up in your reality. Okay. So let's see here. What else do we guys? I just love it. You guys have so many questions coming in. Let me just check TikTok. Do you guys have any questions on TikTok whatsoever? Last time I did a live, I answered them all on YouTube and I ignored TikTok, and I don't want to do that again. So come on, TikTok guys. I love TikTok, by the way. Yeah, let's see here. Let's take a look. Here we go. I have a question. Any advice to live in the end? And I keep popping in and out of it. Okay, I love that. Let's go with living in the end. This kind of ties into Nancy's as well, right? So, one second. Living in the end is basically, all of your thoughts, right? And so when you live from the end, okay, it's okay to have a reaction. Okay. For instance, right? I'm in a marriage right now. Okay. And Okay, maybe Andrew doesn't answer the phone when I call him when he's out at work for the day. Okay, I can have a thought that he's rejecting me, but I'm married. So, my thought I could have, okay, he's rejecting me. Then I go, no, you know what? He's just busy, Amanda. Of course he loves you and wants to be married to you. Okay, so right there, that would be my thought process, even though I'm married. And it's living in the end, because even though I have a moment of being rejected, I've chose to live in that end. But then I turn around and went, no, that's okay. He does want to be with me. So, for living in the end and from the end, you want all of your thoughts to be in line with what they would be. Okay. If, you had what you wanted. Okay. So I remember years ago, somebody told me to like clean out my closet and like one of my nightstands and all of this. And you know what? It just didn't work. It just didn't work because, yeah, I did all that physically. Half my closet was empty, for energetically like letting this person in. But the problem was I wasn't on top of my thoughts. Okay. I was having thoughts that maybe I wasn't good enough. Maybe they didn't want me. Maybe they didn't want to be in a relationship. Like I had all these other thoughts and stories going on. Okay. So living from the end just means catching yourself. Okay. And investing your thoughts right now into, what you want in the future. Okay. So it's okay to pop in and out of it. Okay. Just make sure you catch yourself. Okay. And just say, okay, look at it, even though like I get off topic once in a while, it doesn't matter. This is what's going to happen. Okay. So again, I would invite all of you guys having a problem living in the end to do that little list of manifestations, because I'll tell you right now, when Ivan messaged me yesterday, I was like, I had no problem living in the end with any of my manifestations, like my desires for the whole entire day. Like, my goodness, like I had proof, like right there, something very unusual. I haven't talked to him since April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November. And it just so happened the first time I think about him, the day before, the next day, he's already messaging me, right? So, when these little things happen, it makes it so easy to stay living in the end. Okay. So, and create these little manifestations. Okay. So let's see what else we got here. Hey, sister. Casey's here. Love you too. Me too. And me love you. Me too. Okay. Oh, okay. Okay. Let's see here. Okay. Let's do some YouTube questions, guys. I got a few more minutes to do a few more. Well, maybe a little bit more than a few minutes. So, okay, so there is a Peaches. You do have a good question here. Bashar. I'm not sure who he is. Talks about unwanted circumstances won't go away unless you found its purpose. I don't love that. What are your thoughts on this? So, guys, first of all, take and leave what works for you, right? Over the years, I took NLP, neuro linguistic programming, degree, as well as hypnosis and life coaching. You take what works for you and leaves what doesn't, first of all. So unwanted circumstance won't go away unless you found its purpose. I don't believe that, because everything is empty and meaningless until you give it a meaning. Okay. So if you're going to say that unwanted circumstances create the belief that unwanted circumstances aren't going to leave until you find the purpose, you're going to be there for a long time. And why suffer? Why suffer? You know what? Even if you find the purpose of it, you still need to change it. So now keep in mind, sometimes unwanted circumstances may take a little bit more, energy and time. There's always like that time when things are shifting that you may see some of your old thoughts still coming through. And that's totally fine. But no, I wouldn't create that story. I intend, that your unwanted circumstances go away easily and effortlessly. They're not there for any reason. There is nothing. Everything is empty and meaningless in the universe. Of course, as humans, we're meaning-making machines. We want to make a meaning to everything, but there is no meaning to anything. Everything is empty and meaningless, even existence. Now, I know many of you guys may not like that, and it's fine. Don't take that with you, right? If you like it, I personally like it. It takes the pressure away from anything. I remember, years ago when I was lost, it's like, what does that mean? What does that mean? What does that mean? Nothing means anything. There's no such thing as good or bad, evil or good. Like, it's failure, success. It's all meaning that we give, to things. I look like the type of woman Yeah, I would go to get your taxes done. Yeah. Okay, you might want to actually get a real accountant for that. I'm going to be honest. Anyway, how to get your husband to do the share of the housework. Oh my goodness, I love this question. So guys, you know what? I'm going to be honest. Andrew does all the laundry. He does all the dishes. And, you just need to intend it. You just intend it. You intend that they like doing it. I don't even know how to use my washing machine or my dryer. So you just intend, these are the chores he's going to do. And these are the chores I'm going to do. So, we split it up. And in my mind, I said, okay, I like doing this, 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 this. He's going to do this, 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 this. And then we got to clean it for the rest. So, between the three of us, we get it all done. But yeah, you just need to intend that they do like getting their stuff done, right? They do like doing their chores. A lot of guys do. I've always had relationships where, they've done their chores. You have to believe it. You don't have to believe your intention, but you have to believe that your thoughts create, right? So, if you believe that your thoughts create, then you're not going to have the resistance, right? What to do when feeling exhausted after doing everything for such a long time? Again, I would take the step back and manifest, little things in your reality to build your belief because, again, I'm going to go back to the Ivan example, because, and if you haven't heard the Ivan example, it's in the beginning of this video, because in that moment, when I got that text message, I was refreshed. Okay. Like it was renewed. Okay. I was tired. I was exhausted. I was worried. And then I got that message. I'm like, why do I worry? Okay. What am I working on? Here we go. Let's do it. Right. So when you're creating these little things around you that you don't have much resistance to, but they're just odd enough that you're going to notice them, it's going to give you that spark back. It's going to give you that renewed energy back. You can also call in how you feel. Okay. You can say, I intend to feel, motivated. I intend to feel good about manifesting. I intend to feel excited about what I'm manifesting. Okay. I intend to feel satisfied. Right. And so you can call all those in as well. So I am doing robotic affirmations to affirm every hour. Why haven't I seen movement? Well, that's the thing. I don't mind robotic affirmations. Like I really don't. It really comes down to whatever works for you, right? I think the biggest problem though, with say like doing like a parroting app or like doing robotic affirmations, right, is what it is if you're not actually listening and like using your mind or like, catching your thoughts and doing a mental diet, it's actually not going to actually do anything. Like the parroting app where you can like record all your affirmations and then listen to it. If you're listening to it, but you're thinking about something else, like having an internal conversation about fighting with your boss, even though you're listening to, your affirmations about how your work is great and how you're going to get a raise, if you're tuning it out, then the conversation that's going to manifest is the one that you're actually having, right? Like, I don't know if you've ever noticed this, that you can be in your car, put on music on your way to work, but yet, if you were like me, when I worked at an office 9-to-5 job, got the music on, tuning it out and having like, a complete inner conversation fight with my boss in my head, right? So, if you are doing robotic, affirmations, at the end of the day, are you catching your mental diet? Because your mental diet is absolutely everything. Are you changing your story? Have you revised whatever issue it is? So let's say if it's a breakup and you and your ex had a fight and you're completely broken up, are you revising that fight? Okay. So you want to make sure that you're catching and changing that entire story. So write out your current story, and then see what's not in line with what you actually want and make those your affirmations. So sometimes it might not be the right affirmations, like for example, if you've got, say, an SP that's been previously married, has baggage, and doesn't want a relationship again. Okay. And then, so that's the story that's the Post-it note that you've stuck to these people. Okay. Yet, you're manifesting and going, okay, well, robotic affirming, I intend they want to be with me. I intend, that they want, they want to marry me. I intend that I'm the best wife, but you're not actually changing the story that they've been previously married and have baggage. all those affirmations aren't going to do much. You've got to hit the nail on the head. Okay. You got to change your specific story. Okay. So, if you don't change your specific, oh my God, for many years, can barely, I intend to be able to say this word, specific story, then you can work within it. You know what I mean? So, yeah, and then start saying, yes, it is working. Yes, I do get what I want, right? Absolutely. So please explain a mental diet in a bit more detail. I would love to. Okay, so sorry guys, I'm really warm. I went from I don't know why I'm so warm, but I am. I'm just a hot woman, eh? Anyway, okay, so mental diet. And actually, you know what? I will grab this book as well. Jerry is sitting on it. Can you believe it? Jerry, he's here. He was sitting on this book. So this book is actually called The Wealth Mindset by Neville Goddard. I'm a Neville Goddard fan. I resonate with him as well as Joseph Murphy. Both of those books, Joseph Murphy, The Power of the Subconscious Mind, and this Neville Goddard book is The Wealth Mindset is about doing a mental diet. So with those book recommendations out there, let's talk about a mental diet. So a mental diet is, okay, so let's say, for instance, I'm manifesting marriage, but then I'm like, no, you know what? I don't know. He's been previously married. He's probably not going to want to be married. No, he is going to want to be married. It's catching your thoughts. Okay. So every thought that you have, it's asking yourself, is that in line with what I want? Okay. So let's say, for instance, you're like, yes, I'm manifesting Jerry to want to marry me. And then all of a sudden you're like, this is BS. I don't think my thoughts create. Boom, right there. You've just blocked yourself because you're now like saying that this is, so you got to say, no, I believe my thoughts create, and this is what I'm going to manifest. So you're looking for any thoughts that you're having that are not in line with what you actually want. So to create a proper mental diet, okay, you want to make sure that you know crystal clear what your destination is going to be, what your goal is going to be very clearly, because once you know what your goal is, then you know what thoughts to keep and not keep. Okay, so even if you're sitting down deciding like, do I even want this anymore? I can't believe it. He went on vacation without me. I don't know who he's with. It's like none of that is a good mental diet. None of that's in line with what you actually want if you want to go on vacation with him and him to be faithful and to marry you. Right. So we can't be going back and forth, and questioning, what is he doing? Because remember, everyone is you pushed out. So you create what they think. You create what they think about you. You create everything in your reality. Right. So a good mental diet is making sure that all of your thoughts are in line with that end goal. So when they don't text you back, you can't say, oh, well, you know what? Maybe they don't want to be with me. And it's like, and they're actually, they don't want to be with me and they're rejecting me. And it's like, well, if you want them to be with you, then you can't say that, oh, they didn't message me back, they're ghosting me. Well, if you don't want to be ghosted, don't label their behavior as ghosting, right? So watching your story that you're telling, the narrative that you're telling to yourself and about other people, right? Of what you're manifesting, right? Yeah, let's see. A few more questions here, guys. Hello, I found your channel about 2 weeks ago and I love your bright spirit. You explain everything spot on. Oh, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. You know what? I intend that I do. I'm actually a neurolinguistic programming practitioner, as well as a hypnotherapist and a certified life coach. And a lot of the coaches on our team are, yes, I just used a pen to put my hair up. A lot of the coaches on our team are neurolinguistic programming practitioners, hypnotherapists. We have a psychologist on staff. We've all basically got a life coaching course where we learn how to help people to be able to, create their goals and that sort of thing. So I really appreciate it. And I do my best to, bring coaches on the team that, have really high integrity and standards and really bring out the best in people. So, thank you. I'm welcome to the channel. I really, really appreciate that. Oh, thank you. I love CYF. Oh, that's nice. Thank you. I really appreciate it. That's on TikTok. Create your life story. Don't we ever? You know what I mean? Yeah. What else do we got here, guys? Guys, let's see. Let's see what TikTok's got for questions. So we've got one here from Monica on TikTok. So how do I begin assuming that my ex is back to commit and marry me and not just for hookups? Okay. So you know what? New story. Your ex is no longer your ex. He now wants to be with you again. And you know what? He's a relationship guy and he's a one woman kind of guy. And of course, he wants a relationship. Okay. And you know what? It doesn't matter what happened between you guys. He's forgiving and understanding and wants to be with you. Okay. And that's it. You might want to revise any, issues, that created him to be an ex. Like take that story and revise it. I've manifested many of exes, right? So, Monica, if you click our my profile, it'll take you. There's a link tree link, and that'll have all the coaches there for you to sign up for coaching, as well as to get our free course as well. So, all of the coaches here are really, 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 really good. A lot of them are having sales right now as well. So, and if you have any questions, you can always email us as well. So, I don't know how to actually comment on on TikTok. I don't know if Casey's still watching, if you can pop the link in the description. But anyway, yes, you guys are all amazing. So yeah, you know what? Change that story, and let's go through. And I think, you know what? I believe in coaching. I know not everybody does, but I do. And I'll tell you why. Because I was actually in a 2-year completely intensive weekly coaching course of Everyone Is You pushed out. And it honestly changed my life. It held me accountable. I couldn't create stories. When I came and created stories and came back to my coach, they would be like, what are you talking about? And it really helped me to stay on track. And, and that's the thing. And now, being that I do this, me and the other coaches, we keep each other on track. Me making videos makes me stay on track, and it's just about catching yourself and going, hey, wait a minute, is this story that I'm telling myself in line with what I want? Is it making me feel good? Do I feel good when I think it, and it's true. Our thoughts will create feelings within us, right? So here's an example. I was going out for dinner with somebody, okay? And I said, let's go here to eat. And they were like, wow, go there to eat. There's going to be a long lineup. We're going to wait forever. And they were actually getting upset. And I'm like, wow, yeah, that does sound very upsetting. That sounds like that would make me angry as well. Sitting there waiting for an hour to eat when we're hungry now. And I thought, you know what? No, I said to them, I'm like, no, I'm not going to create that. Let's create right now that we go there. There's no lineup. We get a table. We have perfect service, and everything's great. And then sure enough, that's actually what ended up happening. So, your thoughts will create feelings in you. Okay. So if you're finding that you're thinking about, say, going to an event and you're getting nervous and anxious, you're worrying. Okay. Take a moment. What are you worrying about? Right? Because having anxiety is worrying about the future, right? What are you worrying about? So take the time and say, okay, this is what's going to happen at this event, right? Same thing as like depression. It's like you're dwelling on the past and the bad things that you've done. Well, it's in the past. Let it go. Forgive yourself and intend that everybody forgives you, right? So staying present in the moment will help you to relieve your anxiety as well as any depression, because you're present in the moment. Right here, right now is the only thing that's real. Okay. And everything that's showing up right now in the 3D is just your previous thoughts. It meant nothing, right? It was just the thought that you have. How too often do we have a negative thought, shows up in the 3D, and then we dwell on it, we ruminate it, we don't like it, and we keep focusing on it, and we keep creating more of it. We just need to stop ourselves, break the cycle, and go, look at, you know what? No, you know what? This is an old thought. This is what I want instead, right? And take it that way. So what do we got here? One more question, guys. One more question. For SP cases, should we affirm for the self-concept related to the SP, or should we repeat the new story about the SP? What do you suggest? How would you do it? I would do both. You know what? I've always had the self-concept that I'm an excellent girlfriend and I'm an excellent wife, and I have been. Now but if your self-concept isn't that great about being in a relationship and about being loved, then change your own, change. It's like focusing on old bathwater went down the drain. Absolutely. That's what ruminating on bad 3D circumstances are. But, do both. Do focusing on your self-concept. Okay. I'm a great girlfriend. Of course they want to be with me. I'm a perfect partner. Anybody would want to be with me. People love being around me, especially my SP. And then also focus on the new story. You'll find that the new story even encompasses all of that self-concept, right? So that's your self-esteem about yourself. So for instance, if you say, look at, you know what, my SP is very forgiving and understanding. And you know what? They love me for who I am. Boom, you just did it right there. You did your self-concept as well as, you created that story of what you would like to see. So they go hand in hand, right? They go hand in hand. Oh, thank you. I'm one of your favorites. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Yeah. You guys are all amazing, right? I would love your advice on manifesting a revised deposit check in the mail ASAP from a previous landlord. Oh, okay. Well, you know what, Crystal? You just say, you know what? You got to check and they realize that it was wrong. My landlord's a very fair person. They're going to send the rest of it, end of story, right? Now, maybe sometimes you do need to take action in 3D, right? So, you can also say, well, look they realize that those expenses didn't need to come out. So however you want to create it, revise the story that created them to take those expenses out. That's where you're going to get the most bang for your buck, okay? You guys are absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. Thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you for, I get stats on the channel every month, and so many of you guys share our videos, and I thank you so much. So as a thank you, we are still doing a giveaway at 100,000 subscribers. So, and keep emailing us in your questions and posting your questions. We send them to the coaches video ideas and they answer them. They answer them for free. And we're happy to do it. I just was reading, on a forum how, some coaches aren't even answering questions in their lives anymore for free. And I was like, what? Your questions are always welcome here. We're a community. We're looking to help each other. And you guys sending in your video, like your questions, helps us with video ideas as well. It helps us to put out content that you actually want to see. So we really appreciate it. And definitely keep sending in your success stories. It keeps us going. We absolutely love hearing it, okay? So you guys are absolutely amazing. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing. And oh, Jewel, Ani is absolutely amazing, the sweetest. You guys, thank you so much. We'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.